This is the What's Next podcast, Houston's #1 platform where I invite creatives to share their journeys and give us a depiction of their visions. Most importantly, the last question I'll ask is, what's next? Yes. Finally got it right, baby. We're recording. Get ready. Episode 63, man. Episode 64 soon. Let's go.
Sachi on my body. Biggie, chicken, puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies. And them valleys, no Pilates. More weight, get you more wet. Nah, that's these Bumanti.
Yo.
My crystal with that.
Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. I gotta keep putting on for my city, Jay.
You got to.
I gotta keep putting on for my city. Before we get into the episode, Jala's dropping a project tomorrow, Saturday, and I believe it's a toast. Let's go, Jala. I'm gonna let this rock for a little bit. I'm gonna let it rock for a little bit, man. Let's go. I gotta hear one part. I hear one part and I'm ready to start the episode.
Can't appreciate the good till you seen the bad. These niggas loving what they want, not what they have. And I appreciate the love cause I felt the hate. And
I appreciate the hugs
cause I felt the scrapes. So when my fam
Here we
got
go.
his hand on my shoulder, was over some old sham.
I'll be damned if he's sober. Houston, Texas, welcome back to episode number 63 of the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary, Inc. Before we get started with the episode, let's introduce our social media handles so we don't disrupt the flow of the conversation when we get to that point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Jala World, JALAWORLD at Instagram, and Jala World Productions at Facebook.
And my name is John Ross Dike the First, and you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at John Ross Dike and still_visionary. If you would, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my fan page on Facebook, and visit my website at stillvisionary.com. That's STILLVISIONARY.com. Directly in front of you, I have all my paraphernalia. You can shop at stillvisionary.com/apparel. Jay. Jayla.
What's up?
What's the deal?
What's good?
Chilling. You know, this is episode 63, which means that 60 episodes from the first time you came on the What's Next podcast, you were talking about a project, right? 60 episodes later, we're coming and we're talking about another project that I can't wait to delve into.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh man, it's good to be out and about and podcasting like I intended to do when we podcast. I'm sitting across from the creative. We're talking about their journey, and I'm building off their energy. I like the April drops. I was doing the podcast over the telephone, but there's a certain level of like connectivity that you miss when you're doing it over the phone, right? And I want to be able to see how you frown, your exchanges, how you build off my questions. So it's good to be out and about. They ain't lifted it yet, but, you know, I know that you're good. I'm good because I've been in the house all day. So It's just good to be here with you. And we're talking about definition of manhood.
Man, I can't wait till tomorrow.
Okay. Houston, Texas, before we continue on with the episode, I want to say shout out to my sister, Ashley Odom, whose birthday is today, May the 1st, 2020. So happy birthday to you, Ash. I love you and peace and blessings to you. Today is Friday, May the 1st, 2020, and you're dropping your project tomorrow, May the 2nd, 2020. At what time?
At 6 p.m.
Okay. So, what should people take from this project and where you were when we were doing Forever Yours to this point in time where you're dropping, what is it, your second, third, fourth film?
No, it's my third film.
Third film. What should people take from the premiere tomorrow?
Well, if you've been following our journey, you should definitely see the growth from the first film,
Which was
Love Is.
Okay. Well, I was in that one. I was in that one.
Yes, you was in that one. You was Malik.
I was Malik in that one.
Okay, so you should definitely see the growth from the first film to now. And also with this film, I feel like I went on a deeper level, and it should open up a lot of conversations.
Okay. So listen, I normally drop on Tuesdays, and I was planning this when we were talking earlier. I wanted to ask you this then, but I'll ask you this now. I normally drop on Tuesdays, right? And I know the film drops tomorrow, and I'll be live in front of my computer. When did you want to drop this episode?
I'm good. When you want to.
I wanted to give you the honor. If you want to drop it tomorrow, I'll crank it out tonight and get it done.
Let's do it tomorrow.
What time?
12.
Noon. Houston, Texas, this episode, is dropping Saturday at noon. So we can get it Saturday at noon. I'll have it up and ready tonight. Saturday at noon is dropping. Okay. All right. I'm glad we got that out there. So, let's catch up a little bit. We did Love Is. We did Forever Yours, which is a stage play. And the difference between now and then is that we're actually talking about definition of manhood as it relates to the drop date. Right. So I think that, I had other plans for episode 63, but since this is 60 episodes later and you are having a premiere tomorrow, I wanted to, push everything back and get you on the episode so we could talk about it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
No doubt. So, how you been? You've been active. You did the Birth and Truth podcast.
Yes, I did. That was so much fun.
It was. Shout out to Black Blues and Courtney Elaine.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was fun.
Okay. And so how you been so far recently?
I've been good. We all going through this lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of hard to stay creative.
Yeah.
Because you really, after so long, you just want to lay down on the couch and just crash all day.
Yeah.
But I've been doing good for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
Okay.
Got a lot of, I'm excited about this project. And then, like I was telling you earlier, I'm working on a new project after this.
Okay.
So life is good.
All right. And how have you had it? How has the experience of continuing on been in terms of like finding the motivation to write, continue to write, and finding ways to produce and continue to produce outside or inside of working a regular job?
Well, like when you work a regular 8 to 5 job, it's kind of hard sometimes to come home and still be creative. So you have to push yourself. And then so it has its negatives and then it has its positive. Sometimes the 8 to 5 can be draining, but then also sometimes the 8 to 5 can also push you to be creative because you just want to do something different, something outside the box.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Creativity comes from experiences, right? The thing I love about you, Jala, is that selfishly, I want to say that I've been involved in everything that you've done, right? And so I've seen your maturation, I've seen your growth. And creativity comes from experiences. Take me to the experience that led you to definition of manhood and how that is different from Forever Yours, Love Is, Karma, and the projects that you've written in the past. How did you get your way towards definition of manhood?
I would say with Karma, Forever Yours, and even Love Is, certain parts were loosely based on the truth. And a lot of it was just imagination, conversations with friends. But definition of manhood is so many people's story.
Okay.
And even a part of it is my own story.
Yeah.
And it came from this conversation that me and a group of friends had. And I just never forgot the conversation. And I never forgot the effects of it. So it was always in the back of my mind. And it just took me a while to write about it.
Yeah.
but it's definitely a project that is really close to my heart.
Yeah. Okay. And so, how long is the film?
Okay, so it's a short film. So
Okay.
I actually went backwards.
Okay.
Usually people do a short and then full length.
Yeah.
So this is a short film, so it's about 35 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Good little. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that how long was the script that you wrote?
It was probably like about, I think, 40-something pages.
Okay.
40-something pages, I'd say.
They say it's real custom, minute a page.
Yeah.
So it's about 35 pages. Was that before the edits or after the edits?
This is full after the edits.
Okay. So it was longer.
I don't think so, because even when we sat down to do the edits,
Okay.
it wasn't a lot that had to be changed around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So let's do it. Let's dive right into looking at the at a piece of the short.
Okay.
Houston, Texas. I'm sitting here with my sister, a lady who gave me my first lead role. Just a lot of history between us. This is the third time she's been on the podcast. Once before on my old podcast, twice on the What's Next podcast. And we're getting ready to look at a snippet of her short film entitled Definition of Manhood. Peace and blessings.
Mama, just leave the past in the past, all right? Silly of me to think that you could complete me.
Get yourself together, or I will leave. You promised me that you would treat me better. You promised me that you would stop fooling around, and you promised me that you would spend more time with me and put me and our baby first. So far, you haven't lived up to any of those promises.
To feel that you can make me. When
You just some scared ass little boy who thinks he can define his manhood by every woman he screws. You got some kind of mental issue. You just a pathetic, low down jerk.
No, these are not that bad. Only crazy people tell strangers about their personal business. Baby, you know you're not crazy. So we're gonna get through this together. We're just gonna pray and ask God.
I may not be everything you want me to be, but I am enough. Yes, I am enough.
Houston, Texas. One time for a real one. One time for a real one. So how do you feel about the project?
I feel really good. I just feel really good about the project because, like I said, if it's not your story, it's someone's story.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. So it's something that we definitely need to see and need to deal with.
Okay. So I've talked to, on episode 62, I talked to a writer that actually coaches softball like I do at Waltrip. She coaches at Sterling High School, and she talked about writer's block. I'm assuming that you had some writer's block during this process. How did you battle that? How did you get out of that in terms of like making sure that you didn't scrap the whole project and start all over, or you were consistent in writing throughout the duration before you finished?
Well, with writer's block, and I did have it a couple of times during this part because it was hard for me not to be long-winded, to keep it as a short, because I feel like certain parts of the movie is so heavy that it's too heavy for a short, for a full feature. So what I had to do was when I had those cases of writer's block, step away. Step away. And I did a lot. You know, I write to music all the time. So I made sure when I was writing writing this project, I set the mood.
Mm-hmm.
I had certain music that would play. I would be in a quiet space by myself. I tuned everything and everybody out.
Mm-hmm. And did you do that? What was the atmosphere like in terms of lighting and time of day, stuff like that?
Usually I could write day or night, but if it's nighttime, I like to have a very little light.
Yeah.
Very little light. So if I'm writing in the dining room, it's just that dining room light on and the computer.
Yeah.
And it's just me and the computer.
Okay. How would you say that the writing or the way you approached it is different from Forever Yours?
With Forever Yours is that play is about a group of friends, and it has so many funny parts in it. So with Forever Yours, I kept my mood real light. I would watch a lot of comedy. I would have conversations with friends right before I start writing, just to get me in the zone.
Yeah.
With Definition of Manhood, I definitely did a lot of alone time. And I had to deal with a lot of my own personal issues before I was able to sit down and write this.
Okay. Okay. So, I've always asked you this with various projects. Who do you think that your favorite character is in Definition of Manhood? Somebody, maybe not favorite. Who do you relate to the most, and who is that portrayed by?
I'll say two characters the most. Of course, the lead character, his name is Dominic, and as he's played by Corey Wright.
Okay. One time for my dog.
And I relate a lot to that character because we shared some of the same personal experience.
Okay.
And the second person will be Shauna. That's the girlfriend.
Okay.
And she's played by Sonia D. Gooden.
Okay. Yeah. She did the mother in Pipe Dreams. Okay. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I asked you, you know what? I apologize because I asked you the same question. What I meant to say was not Forever Yours, but Pipe Dreams.
Oh,
How is it different? How is Definition of Manhood different from Pipe Dreams, even though the genres are different? How are they different in writing styles?
Okay.
That's my bad because I said Forever Yours and I was like, wait, I asked that question, but you so G about it. You so G about it that you just went ahead and did that. My bad. But how is it different? How is Pipe Dreams different from, how is Definition of Manhood different from Pipe Dreams writing style?
Okay, far as the writing style, Pipe Dreams was, both of them were hard to write. But Pipe Dreams was hard to write because I was writing about a world that I didn't really know a lot about.
Yeah.
And I was writing from other people's point of view. So I had a lot of people sharing their story. So that was kind of hard to write. And I was writing from a male perspective.
Okay.
And it's hard for a female to write from a male perspective because it's totally different. Our language is different, everything. So that one was kind of hard. And then with Definition of Manhood, it was hard more because it's more emotional.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Jala, we're sitting here in your crib. First of all, congratulations on the new crib. I think the lighting is beautiful. Houston, Texas will agree that the lighting is beautiful. I had to get out. This is a mobile podcast, like I've told people in the past, which means that I can pull up to wherever you're located at, set up, and get your ambiance, man. So, Definition of Manhood, right? So you've written, I've known 4 projects, and I'm not going to include Karma because I didn't know that was before me. Love Is, which we would categorize as a drama. Forever Yours, another drama. Pipe Dreams, how would you categorize that?
It's an urban crime drama.
Okay, and Definition of Manhood, how would you categorize that?
That's also a drama.
Okay. So, if you were to describe your style with one word and who you are as one word, what word would that be? Give me one for yourself as a creative, and then give me one for your writing style, if you can.
Okay. As my writing style, I would definitely go with drama. I'm always going to have a twist.
Okay.
With me, just personally, the opposite because I hate drama. So my life is pretty calm for the most part.
Okay.
So the only drama that I'm going to have in my life is the drama on paper.
Okay, no doubt. I like that. I like that. I like that. Listen, Houston, Texas, I want you to know that when you're watching this episode tomorrow at noon, Jala elected to drop this episode tomorrow at noon. Now, I normally drop it on Tuesdays, so which means this. Episode 63 drops today, tomorrow, you're watching tomorrow at noon, right? And I'm still dropping episode 64 on Tuesday. What? You know what I'm saying? So the title slide in episode 62 said that I was dropping episode 63 on the 5th of May, right? But I'm going to have one on the 2nd and then one on the 5th. So listen, I said this year that I want to get to episode 100. Last year I ended off at episode 45. And right now I'm at 62, so 63, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing.
You got it.
And I'm grateful that you said push this because I was thinking she's gonna want to do this episode right before the film premiere, right before the Q&A, which is going on. So listen, what song is on your mind right now?
Okay, what song is on my mind is 2 songs.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Because I got two too.
One.
Well, no, I got one.
You got one? Okay. One is Tammy Rivera.
Okay.
Lose.
Tammy Rivera is Waka Flocka's wife.
Yes.
Okay. Lose. She sings?
She sings. She got a beautiful voice.
Okay. I'm check that out later on today.
Yeah, you need to. It's a real powerful song. It's about relationships.
Okay.
And not giving up on your relationship.
Okay.
So that's one. And then the second one will be called Enough. I love this song.
What song? Who sings that?
Okay, this is by a guy who's out here in Houston.
Okay.
His name is Levi Says.
Okay.
I love this song so much. Not only is it in definition of manhood, but it was also in Love Is.
Okay.
It's a powerful, powerful song.
Enough.
What
album is that off of?
I don't know.
See, the thing with Levi Says is we've been trying to get together and work, right, and do this podcast. He had that song in Forever Yours, and I loved it. Damn it, what is it? Shoot, I can't think of it. Maybe, hold on. Let me see if I can play it right quick. Hold on. Let me find out if he's on Apple Music. My bad. Go ahead. Keep going.
But no, he is so talented. But this song is, okay, so we did it in Love Is. It's a scene where London, one of the lead characters, is sitting on the stairs, and she was just unmoved throughout the whole movie. Mm-hmm. So finally, towards the end of the movie, she breaks, and she's sitting on the stairs crying, and this song is playing in the background. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I recently did a Jala World production party for our 10-year anniversary, and he came out and he sung the song. When I say you couldn't hear anything in the room, everybody was tuned in. Mm-hmm. And it's just a song talking about, we all question ourselves. Mm-hmm. Am I enough? Yeah. Can I do this? Can I do that? Yeah. And we get down on ourselves. And this song is just so powerful. So I begged him, can I please use this song again for this film? It's perfect.
Hold on right quick. Where is it? I'm looking. I found. Well, this is the song that of his that I really loved right here. Is this it? Hold on, let's see. That song right there. This is the one he's singing. This is the one he's singing. This is the one he's singing "Forever Yours" during the intermission. Remember this?
Yeah, it's a beautiful song too.
Sunflower.
Yeah.
Houston, Texas. This is Levi Says it's Sunflower.
Baby, I look at you like a magic piece of art. I swear that I felt this way ever since the very start. From then on, I knew for sure that you had to have my heart. My heart. I have you and I can never imagine us apart. You running away with my love will leave a nigga taught. They all selling dreams, but only you will be my card. Baby,
this is my part coming up.
Sprouting like a one seed, lit like a candle. Baby, this is you and me. Feeling like the most high, passing like the coolest breeze. Baby, I will hold you up, never down. Just promise me you'll hold me.
Yo, so the song that's on my mind, Houston, Texas, is I got to show love.
My mom said to me,
to my homegirl,
one day you should settle
Demaria
down
Daniels.
and marry a rich
This is her record, Boss You Up.
I am a rich man.
Episode 56, I brought this out because I wanted to promote her song. I was tired of fronting on the podcast. I was tired of cueing the music during the episode and then going and dropping it in post. Well, I'm sorry. Look at me. I messed up. I got all hype and stuff, but I was tired of fronting on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I was tired of fronting on the podcast. Tired of trying to cue the music up by what I say and then looking for the clap and then going and posting, putting it in there. That I had to go and get this set up, right? Shout out to my man St. Mary. Let's go, man. This is Boss You Up, Houston, Texas. Boss You Up.
I like the beat.
Yeah.
Heard about me, but it's hard to find me. I lay low with my team, plotting on a milli. See, I don't work for free, pay me what you owe me. I won't show up for free, I only come for money. If you own it, then let me know.
So this is the same girl that did that I sent you her album.
I remember her.
Yeah, this is the same girl that I sent you her album, and she's got a new album coming soon. So I'm ready to delve into it, like track for track. I'm talking about notepad out like this, looking at her like, yo, okay, what about this or what about that? So, Boss You Up, songs on my mind, and I'm gonna do one because, quick story. I was, we've been doing this whole thing from home, in terms of digital learning with the school and HISD. Shout out to HISD. I'm a product of HISD. I teach in HISD, and as an educator, I've learned so much. And this kid's father was ripping me a new asshole. Pause. He was getting on me. He was getting on me this past week, right? And I had to, we just moved into the new house, and I had to get up and go into the back room because I was like, listen, man, listen, I'm with you. I'm on your side, right? And I'll save the rest of the story off air because I don't want to incriminate myself, right? But he was just going in on me, and I was like, listen, man, I got you. You don't have to worry about me. I got you, and I'm gonna hold your son down, right? Sometimes you just got to come out of that professionalism to address parents like, listen, we look the same. You can't address me like that. We look the same, and I'm holding you down more than you think I am, right? So he was like, when he calmed down and we came to an understanding, he was like, his younger son's name is Fred, right? And Fred was in my advocacy period at Waltrip. It's like this 30-minute period. They come to get assistance in math and stuff like that. So Fred was like, yo, he had asked about me. He was like, what's going on with this dude, Dike? What's going on with him? And Fred was like, Fred came clean. He held me down. Hold on, Fred. Thank you. Thank you. Fred held me down. And so, but the thing about Fred is a musician. And so when you get around kids like that, and I've learned, when you get around kids like that, and that's all they talk about, that's all they think about. Here's the story. Fred, he comes to my advocacy. He's always late to my advocacy period. And I'm like, Fred, why are you always late? He's the only one in the classroom that looks like me, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be on his tail. I'm like, why are you always late to my advocacy? Where's your ID? He'll get in there. He'll come 15 minutes late and then have to use the restroom with the remaining 15 minutes of a 30-minute period. So I'm like, Fred, you just got here. You couldn't have used the restroom before you got here? So it's like, no, man. I was like, go ahead, Fred. Go ahead. Go use the restroom. Fred is a singer. Okay. And I found out that Fred was a singer because one of the players on the JV team, right, asked us to come to his choir recital. Fred gets a lead role. He gets to sing lead for a song. So my homeboy, Kendall Babin, who is the freshman coach of the basketball team, got a scholarship to Arkansas Pine Bluff as a singer, right? So I'm like, KB, can you hold him down? Can you work with him? So I'm talking to Fred's dad on the phone because he just chewed me out. Now we're coming into common ground. And I'm like, yo, you know what? Fred, I was telling him the story. I was like, Fred, he was like, man, I'm singing. I sing. I sing. I was like, all right, let me hear something. So he starts singing. There's a little 14-year-old girl. Here's my desk. She's sitting here. Fred's right here. She crosses her legs in his direction. That's how much he's singing. That's how well he's singing. You know, I'm a psychology major.
Yes, I know what that means.
I noticed that. I'm like, oh, Fred. Oh, Fred, look, you got an admirer. So I told his dad that, but I was like, listen, can I get your blessings to play his record on the podcast? He was like, sure, no doubt. So Houston, Texas, this section of the podcast is called It's a Vibe. Is it a vibe? This is Fred Malone III. And if I'm breaking this record, so be it. This is the What's Next podcast, man. Let's go.
I see my baby, and I'm trying to keep my cool, but I can't lie lately.
Come on, Fred.
I've been thinking about you. I'm spinning round and round and round and round and round, thinking I'm up, but I'm upside down. Searching in the dark, but it's trouble that I found. But what comes around, come back around. Try to run away, but to you I'm bound. Trapped in a cage and I can't get out. My stuck in the days, man, my head's up in the clouds. Smoke up in my face, and the music up loud. It's a private party, baby, what you trying to do? Yeah, call up your friends, girl, or they can come too. Yeah.
Listen, man, this is what I do. Houston, Texas, this is what I do. That's Fred Malone III. This is his record here. Private Party version 2. Let's go.
Call up your friends, girl, or they can come too. You won't be the same, girl, when we get through. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? Just give me your love.
Again, Houston, Texas, that record is entitled Private Party version 2 by a student at Waltrip High School. And let me just say this. The kid is 14 years old. He might be turning 15 soon. Round of applause for him, man. Oh, man. He is 14 years old, might be turning 15 soon. And when I heard the record, his dad was like, so when we came to a common ground, now we like, okay, I got you. I feel you. Appreciate you. We start talking about Fred. And he was like, check it out. And I was like, listen, man, I heard 2 versions. The first song was cool. It was cool. The second song, I was like, listen, I'm putting that song on the podcast. Do you mind?
I like it.
And he was like, no, go ahead. And I was like, I got you. First song that's on my mind is Boss You Up by Demaria Daniels. And It's a Vibe. Is It a Vibe? By Fred Malone III. And it's called Private Party version 2.
I like both of those songs.
Good. Houston people.
Yeah, I got to remember them when it's time for another project.
Of course. You know.
I know you're not going to let me forget.
Oh, I ain't going to let you forget. You know, I play Demaria's record every episode since episode 56, every episode. Mm-hmm. So, and I think that it goes hand in hand with trying to see people be successful.
Yeah.
Right. So, you dropping your project and I was like, do. And in fact, I think when I get to the crib, I'm going to change my profile picture to Definition of Manhood, that poster. It's time, man.
You so supportive. You always been supportive.
People need that support on the real. Just need that because we are in the beginning stages of trying to make our city what other people's cities have been since we were kids. So, yeah, that's the least I can do for you because, we peoples. And so I didn't want to do the podcast over the phone, even though I don't disregard everybody else who I did the podcast over the phone with. 2 of the people I couldn't reach, they were in LA and Atlanta respectively. And Lacey, shout out to Lacey and shout out to Coach Rowe. They did episode 61 and 62 respectively. So, I just felt like, you know what, we can chop it up about Definition of Manhood and we can get it going.
I'm glad you called. I'm
no
glad
doubt.
to be here.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
We always have a good time together.
Listen, let me get my dates together. Like we said, today is the beginning of May, right? So which means that this is the closing period of the school year. Today is May the 1st, 2020, and we have 244 days left in the year. What do you hope to attain in 244 days?
Well, what I would like to obtain is, with this film, Definition of Manhood, I would like for it to be in a film festival. So after we do the premiere this weekend, that's definitely the goal. Shopping for film festivals. So that's one thing I want to attain this year. And also, I want to take Jala World Productions up to another level. Far as making sure we on point with all our paperwork and our background stuff. So I want to put Pipe Dreams on Amazon. That's one of the goals. And I want to finally get everything together with Maverick Entertainment for Love Is.
Okay. Oh, man. Let's talk about where people... You know what? Because guess what? I'm so grateful that you said drop this episode at noon Saturday, right? Because that gives people time to still purchase tickets. Where can people go to purchase tickets to be able to see this show at 6?
You go to www.jalaworld.com. Go to the Definition of Manhood link, click Eventbrite link, and go from there. And the tickets is only $5. You're going to be sitting at home on the couch, chilling. Because even though Texas is opening back up, we are not trying to get out there right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Instead of watching Netflix, support your own.
No doubt, especially in this city. Hold on right quick, because I'm doing that right now. I told you I'm going to get me 2 tickets for me and wifey. You know, we gotta get it. We gotta support. Here we go.
I appreciate you.
Eventbrite. Here we go. Did they do Apple Pay?
I think so.
Okay, well, enough said. Okay, Houston, Texas, I'm sorry for the delay. What I'm doing right now is I am getting my tickets for tomorrow's premiere, right? Here we go. 2. Boom. Check out. Okay. Is it cheaper to pay you the money, or do you prefer?
I prefer you go through the site.
Okay.
Because the way we have it set up, just so no one, in case anybody have any questions. So when you go through the site and you click on the Eventbrite tab, what ends up happening, because this is a virtual release. So when you buy your ticket, you put in your email. So that link, when you put in your email, we will send you a link that the movie is going to be on. And then a couple of minutes before the movie is due to start, you'll receive the password to that link. So that's easier to do that than versus if you pay me, we have to manually do it, and you know. Okay,
let me. I'm doing that right now. Okay, so where do we go from here? Anything else about the project we should know before we wrap the episode? This is the thing. We talked about it. I don't want to find out what's in the project. I want to talk around the project so that way we don't spoil anything for anybody who's going to watch this episode before it drops on at 6, right? Anything else?
What I really want you to pay attention to in this project, Houston does not get enough credit for the talented people that we have. The actors that I've been working with, including yourself, are so talented. Sometimes it's very upsetting when I always hear people talking about, oh, L.A. or New York or even Atlanta, they overlook Houston. But Houston have so much talent. And I really want people to pay attention to those actors because they really had to dig in for this film.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that we are, I guess, put on the back burner, or why do you think that we're not looked at as artists that are big time? Why do you think Houston is underrated?
Well, most part, to be honest, is for the longest it was New York and LA. And then Houston, Texas is oil and gas. That's what we're known for, oil and gas. You come here to get in the oil and gas industry for a lower, what I'm trying to say, for lower lifestyle or whatever. For as when I say lower lifestyle, things here are less expensive than it is in other places. So people don't really think about the arts when they think of Houston.
No doubt.
So I think we really need to all work together to get it out there more.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think everyone is so busy promoting their own thing that they don't think to support the other people that they're working with.
No doubt.
Because it's enough for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, listen, we have exerted the time frame. Not that there is a time frame, but I want this to be quick, right? Because we're gonna we did one episode last year, episode 3. Mm-hmm. This is episode 63, right? We'll be back again next year, or if you have another project later on this year, 2020, we'll be back again. So we always gonna be on the podcast chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, the last question I'll ask you is, what's next?
What's next is, like I said, just getting this project out more. And then this summer, I have another project that I'm going to start working on, having auditions for.
Okay.
So you need to come out for those auditions.
Listen, I'm going to bring my A game.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the way I looked at you? Come to those auditions.
Yeah.
So, get Definition of Manhood in one of those film festivals and start working on our new project.
No doubt.
Okay.
Yo, so at this point of the episode, what I like to do is I like to give the exclusive SVI t-shirt, okay? Which you already have one before because you did episode 3, right? Mm-hmm. And this is a new thing that I'm doing now. This is the exclusive What's Next podcast t-shirt, right? A next podcast t-shirt that I give to every creative that comes onto the show.
I've been wanting one of these shirts.
No doubt.
That's why I asked. I've been wanting one.
No doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt. Houston, Texas. This is episode number 63. It's dropping noon, Saturday, May the 2nd, 2020, noon. This is my family right here. Jala, last name. Jenkins. Jala Jenkins, who gave me my first start. I do what I do for myself, Houston, Texas. I do what I do for myself to prove that I could do it for others. And we'll talk about that. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it feel like 95. Sachi on my body. Biggie, jiggle, puffy. All that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies. And them valleys, no Pilates. More weight, get you more wet. Nah, that's the crystal. I crystal y'all with that. I saw the sign like Ace of Spades. That Ace of Spades get cracked me like cheers to the money guy. Who really nigga? Who buy them bottles? And then they spill these liquors. Yo, salute my dude. Why I need some bras? I know I'm out of line, but love is shower time. You know it rose rain when your cloud is 9. Get off that high ass hussy. This a private party. Been on my dick too long. Your breath on private party. You gon' be nice and naughty. These walls on priceless Audi. This the upper.